Hello and welcome to another edition of Capper Comparison Picks.
Daddy, I'm making Cinderella.
Great. I'm Ranch. Today I'm giving you the Capper Comparison Picks for some of the early prelim. I think they're early. I don't know. The order might have changed, but early prelims for UFC Vegas 41. But before I get into that, I'm going to really quick recap how I did over the past weekend, which has mixed results. I'll explain why I say that, because record-wise, I didn't do so hot, but money-wise, I did fairly well. And let me explain. Okay, so last week, I started out not bad. First two fights, I got correct. Ariana Carnelosi beat Estela Nunes. She submitted her in round 3. I picked that. I didn't get the prop bet because I propped her by decision, but I did get the straight win. And then Dana Bakkarel also got first round TKO. I bet that within distance, so that came through for me. Then I think the next on the card was it Lupita Godinez and Luana Carolina, which that's where things started going wrong. Lupi, she was outsized. She shouldn't have took the. I know she made history, the quickest turnaround fight. Shouldn't have took it though. She was going up a weight class, short notice, outsized, and still I think it could have went her way, but she lost submission. She lost by decision to Luana Carolina. But Lupi, she gave it a good fight, and I think maybe you could have. I don't know. She lost. She lost by decision. I'm sorry for Lupi. Some people said it was a robbery. I could see it going robbery, but same time, I think Carolina really did win. Then, this was a big robbery. I had Ramazan Ameev, and he got beat by Danny Roberts by decision, and that, I think, was a robbery because Ameev pretty much controlled rounds 1 and 2. Danny Roberts turned it on a little bit in the third round. It was bad. Nate Landwehr. Nate the Train. He submitted Ludovic Klein. That was another one I got incorrect. I took Ludovic Klein just like everybody else because Nate Landwehr was a contrarian pick because nobody picked him on my Capper Comparison Pick show. And he came through as the underdog winner. And without a doubt, he didn't have to go to submission or decision because he submitted them. Andrew Sanchez, what a disappointment. Alderte, he held it together. He had rounds 1 and 2, but then he came out round 3 looking like The Walking Dead. He was a zombie. He could barely lift his arms. He was so gassed out. Bruno Silva was also gassed out, but had enough energy to knock Andrew Sanchez out in round 3. Man, that was a decision going my way, and then it just, fell through because Bruno Silva took care of business round 3, TKO. Then we had, so disappointed in Mayweather Bueno Silva. I thought this was going to be my redemption against Manon Fiorot because everybody in the world was taking Fiorot because of the volume, and Silva was spending. I know her game plan. She was like, I'm going to tire this girl out. I'm going to absorb every single punch, kind of like a Rocky versus Apollo Creed type deal. But you know what? You lose rounds when you do that. And that's what happened. She lost every round because she was out volume, sticking her tongue out and going, you're not hurting me. But you know what? Doesn't matter if she was hurting her. She was hitting more significant strikes, more punches. If you're thirsty, get a drink. You can help yourself. And then So yeah, Manafero, she got the decision victory. I was so pissed at Manuel Bueno Silva. I'm like, what are you doing? Throw back, throw some punches, do a little aggression on your own. She did for a hot second toward the end of the second round. She was getting mad. But then the third round, I thought she was going to come out and empty her tank, and she did none of that. She just sticking her tongue out and I wanted to hit her. But anyway, Manafero got the decision, which she should have, but boy, upset. Thankfully, this is where I came in because I parlayed the last 3 fights all together and I got them done. And then I came out. Jim Miller knocked out Eric Gonzalez second round. I had him by submission, but I did call a round. And then Andrei Arlovsky won a t-shirt thanks to that because he beat Carlos Felipe. And I had bet with BC Dave on that one, a separate bet. And I also parlayed that with Norma Dumont by decision. So I finished strong, but overall I went 500, 5-5, as you can see right there. But I did parlay the last 3 fights in desperation to try to make money back, which I ended up doing. What are you doing?
I found this on the ground.
Yeah? Okay. Nora, please, I'm trying to do this video. You see that? So anyway, and plus I propped it and got the props too. Decision and decision. Dumont, Arlovsky. So overall, I went 5-5, but I did make money in the end picking the last 3 fights perfectly. I didn't pick Jim Miller perfectly. I had him winning by submission. They knocked the guy out. That was good. But still, I parlayed all 3 of those fighters. I put 2 units on it, so it came out making me plus money at the end of the night. And then the next day, actually Friday night during my live stream, after we got done covering the fights, me and Dave, I was a little tipsy, I'll admit. We started making degenerate drunk bets. Drunk clarity bets. That's what Dave calls them, because I bet some Canadian soccer, and that parlayed to just 2 teams, Forge and Victoria maybe. I forget, but parlay paid out. I parlayed Italian Series A. That paid out. That was nice. That was a four game parlay. Paid out, cashed that, and because we had a guy in the chat that was giving us tips, and I was following those tips. I gotta look back and see who it was. I forgot his name, but he's a soccer predictor, but he says he is gonna start covering UFC. I told him if you cover UFC and you make good content, I'll put you on the show. But I haven't checked his channel yet. But he did come through with some soccer picks. And then Dave and I made drunken football picks, and I round robined like 6 teams or something. And by 3s, I did, groups of 3s, and I cashed in big time. The only one I got wrong out of my group of 6-team round robin was Miami. Miami didn't come through, and what was it? The Steelers did not cover the spread over Seattle. I think the spread was 5. They had won by 3. So, and I did have them covering spread. So those are the 2 I got wrong. But round robin, they do different combinations. And at the end of the night, this is what happened. Saturday morning, I started out. Let's say, I'm not going to tell you my balance, but I bet $100 Saturday morning, not including the fights I did, or I put in Friday night, or the fights and the bets I did, drunken bets Friday night. But Saturday morning, I had $100, okay? When I finished out this morning, I woke up 730. So I made $630 this weekend. Not bad for having a 5-5 UFC Vegas 40 result, but still came out plus money. That's all that matters, right, guys? Okay, I'm sorry to drag on about that. Let's get into this show. Get my sheet with all my notes. So, starting off, UFC Vegas 41, the curtain opener. This fight was supposed to happen, I think a couple weeks ago. I already covered it. You can check back. We have Laureano Staropoli, some people call him, taking on Jamie Nightwolf Pickett. Okay, Laureano Staropoli, Pepe is 9-4. He's the favorite here at -280 on Pepe. He is 28 years old, and he's taking on Jamie Pickett. Jamie Pickett, 11-6. He's the underdog at +205. 2-1 payback on Jamie Pickett, who's 33 years old, for the Nightwolf. Staropoli fighting out of Invictus MMA, that is in Argentina. He's coming off back-to-back losses, but they're all, listen to this, okay. He lost to Muslim Salikov, that's King of Kung Fu, awesome, I'm high on him. Okay, by decision. He lost to Tim Means by decision, can't take it, Tim Means is decent. And then most recently, he lost to Roman Dolidze by decision. For Staropoli, he is 2-3 in his last 5, but he is on that 3-fight losing skid. Jamie Pickett fighting out of Wilmington, North Carolina, out of Port City Sports. Jamie Pickett does have the 1-inch height advantage and a 8.5-inch reach advantage. However, he is coming off 2 losses back to back. He is 2-3 in his last 5, and the most recent loss is a nasty one. He lost to the Beverly Hills Ninja Jordan Wright, who a lot of people fade. In the world of UFC, I would say Jordan Wright is kind of like the Ted DiBiase. He's kind of, because he's the Beverly Hills Ninja. He was born in Beverly Hills. He looks like one of those white privilege type guys, you know what I mean? Like never had to really work for anything. He's that appearance, you know, and he kind of acts like that too. I don't know, it's just weird, but he's easy to dislike, Jordan Wright, and his record is padded with a whole bunch of cans. I think his in Alaska Regional, his combined record of all his past fighters in Alaska is 1-35. I think that's but anyway, this guy knocked Jamie Pickett out in round 1, made it look easy, pop, total domination. Jamie Pickett not looking good coming off that. And prior to that, he lost to Tafon Nchukwi by unanimous decision. Tafon Nchukwi, you know, a beast of a guy, you know, big muscle-bound guy. You think he'd gas out, but he came out victorious with a unanimous decision. But Jamie Pickett, man, I don't know. Like I said, he does have an 8.5-inch reach advantage, and he is +205. Maybe that thing against the Jordan Wright, maybe that was a fluke knockout. It happens. They do happen, but I don't know. Let's see what these cappers have to say and get this board dirty with the capper names. All these cappers, their links will be in the description. I urge all of you guys to check them all out. Okay, starting with this guy debuted on my show last week, Everything MMA, and last week I said, dude, you got to put a little inflection in your voice. You sound like you're reading off of index cards. He did. His video's much better. His presentation's better. This kid, Everything MMA is, I think his name is Kevin. But Everything MMA is taking Staropoli, and he thinks he's gonna get it done by decision for Staropoli. Okay. Then we've got the Stat Diggers. Wheezy is staying right away from this fight, but DFS is taking Staropoli here. But I mean, Wheezy, I do not blame you. This is a kind of a stay away fight. I don't want much to do with it either, but I will make a pick just for the show. We've got Payne Fight Picks. Payne, a friend of mine, he is saying, I like to call him a friend. I don't know if he calls me a friend, but whatever. I've known him for a while. I knew him before he was even Payne. I'm not going to mention, he doesn't like me mention his old name, so I'm not going to refer to him as that. But if you guys know who Payne Fight Picks is, you guys know who Pain Fight Picks is. And then we've got it's your boy eBay's fight predictions. I was hoping Nora says eBay's because every time I say it's your boy, she knows who exactly I'm talking about, but I think she's on the potty. eBay's is taking Staropoli by decision also, but it's not a full Capper consensus because we have a contrarian pick. Bert MMA is taking Jordan Pickett, probably most likely because of that huge reach advantage. He thinks he's going to outpoint Staropoli and get the decision win here. He is the much bigger fighter. Staropoli, you know, kind of small for the 185-pound middleweight division. But, like I said, this is not, those odds are not warranted. Staropoli should not be at minus 240, that's for sure. If I was to put odds on this, I think fair would be Staropoli maybe minus 150. That sounds about right. But, and Jamie Pickett plus, you know, plus 140 or some crap. But 2 to 1 odds for Pickett. And he's live. I mean, that Jordan Wright loss, not a good look, but that could have been fluky, you know, they do happen. But I'm going to take the favorite here, Staropoli. I don't like the odds. And I'm going to go with the Cappers majority here. Look, decision. So I'm going to also say decision for Staropoli here. Making that my pick. And moving on. Next, we've got the Death Star, Khama Worthy, at lightweight, taking on Jai Herbert, the Black Country Banger. And that's Black Country is his name is from, the Black Country is part of England. I think it's like Birmingham area, but I don't know, there's a region in England called the Black Country where Jai Herbert comes from, the UK, and that's why he's called the Black Country Banger, if anyone wants to know. Okay, the Black Country Banger, Jai Herbert, is the favorite here at minus 180. He is 33 years old, taking on Death Star Khama Worthy, who is a little bit older than 35. Herbert's 10-3, coming off a loss to Renato Moicano. Before that, he lost to Francisco Trinaldo, who is also fighting on this card at 40-something years old. We'll get to that fight probably tomorrow. But anyway, Jai Herbert is 3-2 in his last 5. He's fighting out of Team Renegade in Birmingham decision. He is where did I leave off? He's got a 2-inch height, 3-inch reach advantage over Death Star Khama Worthy. Khama Worthy, the underdog, plus 155. 16-8 as a professional, coming off a loss to Jamie Malarkey where he got wrecked, ground and pound in round 1 in 46 seconds, less than a minute. Before that, he got wrecked by Otman Azaitar by punches in round 1 in a minute and 33 seconds, so less than half the round. He is 3-2 in his last 5. He is the owner of his facility called the Academy Pittsburgh. Interesting thing I want to say, Khama Worthy in his pro career has gone to decision only 4 times. Jai Herbert in his 10-3 pro career been to decision only once. So that's why the total set at 1.5, because they didn't want to make it too easy and make 2.5. That would be, you'd have to take the under on that fight doesn't go decision. But yeah, we're gonna start out with that pick. because that's what Wheezy is not taking a side. Wheezy from Stat Diggers, he is picking the fight does not go decision. He said he loaded up on it, put something like 4 units on it or something like that. That the fight does not go decision. But the prop here, or the total set at 1.5 rounds, you think it's going to be under that, you'll get paid plus 140. Over 1.5, minus 170. But anyway, so we'll take that right here. Stat Diggers. DFS is taking Jai Herbert. Reluctant. I mean, not full confidence in that. And like I said, Wheezy is saying fight does not go the distance, but he is passing on the side, so I'm not going to write his name down. Then we've got it's your boy. Where is Nora? Well, anyway, it's your boy eBay's fight prediction, also taking Jai Herbert. Then we've got Payne fight picks. He's saying Jai Herbert by knockout in round 1. No respect for Khama worthy. Everything MMA is saying TKO round 1. Again, another guy thinking worthy is. I mean, he is coming. That's recency bias, right? He is coming off 2 back-to-back knockouts in first round, so that's warranted, I suppose. And then finally, Bert MMA is also taking Jai Herbert, but Bert is saying by decision for his boy, the Black Country Banger, making this a full capper consensus. Nora must be up in bed. Oh. A full capper consensus is when
all the handicappers pick one side of the whiteboard.
That's right. Throw those lucky pearls for the betters. And in this case,
what's in that box,
empty.
Daddy?
It used to be Brandon's tablet, his old one they broke. But we've got everybody is picking Jai Herbert to beat Khama worthy. Couple of them taking TKO round 1 because Worthy has been knocked out. Round 1 is past 2 fights.
It smells good.
It smells strong. Back to back. And I guess the best pick would be fight doesn't go decision, but it's so negative money that I can't bet it. But my side, I'm gonna have to go with the when in doubt, go with the cappers, right? I mean,
Daddy, what if you lose?
Then I lose. So be it. But I guess I'm gonna take the black.
There's so much
However, what?
But you said there's so much negative money.
Yeah, I know it is too. Minus 180. But I'm gonna prop it out and say TKO round 1, just like the other recency guys. I'm sure that'll be a plus money. However, Worthy, man, I wouldn't count him out. He does have path to victory because you know Jai Herbert's weakness is wrestling. I don't know about, I wouldn't say grappling, I wouldn't say jiu-jitsu, but I would say wrestling. He's
What's
wrestling.
wrestling?
Like UK fighters are not really known for their wrestling. And Khama Worthy, I would assume has better wrestling. I would think that would be his path to victory is to wrestling would be to get Jai Herbert to the ground. Because Jai Herbert, like I said, he can strike better. He's got the reach. He can outpoint him and stay on the outside and just pick his shots. So Khama Worthy, he's gonna have to get in there, take it to the ground, maybe get some control time, keep him to the ground, and win that way. So there is a path to victory for Khama Worthy, but in this case, I'm not going to go against the full capper consensus. I'm going to go with the flow, take Jai Herbert. But you know what? Things might change when I see the weigh-ins. You know, they're all subject to change, so maybe if I see the weigh-ins, see some signs that lead me one way or the other. I want to take Khama worthy, but I know it doesn't look good coming off a ground and pound by Jamie Malarkey, and then round one loss to Otman Azatar. So, yeah, I guess I'm gonna take Black Country Banger here. He is a banger. So, moving on. Next we have Tabitha Richie, baby shark, 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 baby shark, shark, shark. That's her nickname. Shark, 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 doo doo, baby shark, doo 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 doo. Taking on Maria Oliveira, Netta. Okay, Tabitha Richie is the grappler. She is 26 years old. She's fighting out of Paragon BJJ. I think that is in California, Santa Barbara, California. She is of Brazilian descent. Her Tapology picture shows her in her gi, and she does have some Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu accolades. Meaning, you know, she's I don't know her belt ranking or anything, but she's.
I'm gonna draw another princess on this side.
She is the heavy favorite here, -230 against Maria Oliveira. But first, Tabitha Richie, I want to say, is she coming off a loss to Manon Ferro, you know, TKO round 2, but. No, Nora, I don't have time right now. I'm doing this.
Okay, I'll go search it up.
There you go. Search it up on your tablet. Manon Ferro knocked her out in round 2, TKO. But, I mean, that's Manon Ferro. You saw she's got like the most volume right now in female fights, I think. But anyway, so there's not much to take bad off that. She's 4-1 her last 5. Before UFC, she was LFA, and she's like a lot of Japanese Caesar, which she had. That's where her BJJ accolades came in, because she had plenty of submission victories in that Caesar. And that Caesar, that's like a tournament. So you go in and you just wipe through. Yeah, you might have like 4 or 5 different matches all in one tournament. I don't know. I don't really know. I'm not familiar with that Japanese tournament, Caesar. But check our Tapology. She's littered with it. And she's had fights in the LFA. So like I said, not bad having your only loss be to Manon Ferro in round 2. Okay, Maria Oliveira. This is her UFC debut. She's fighting. Her last fight was a win against Anila Obasa. TKO round 1. That was in Arena Global, which is a Brazilian regional scene, but it's not Combate. But I think that I do recall. I think she does have a fight in Combate. She is 3-2 in her last 5. But here's the kicker: she has a couple of them. Netta has a 5-inch height, 7-inch reach advantage. Now you got to think back to last week. Lupe Godinez. She lost probably because the other Luana Carolina had that huge 8-inch reach advantage and the height advantage, and she just couldn't get on the inside of the bigger fighter. Nora, be careful. You almost knocked down the whole.
I didn't touch it.
You got very close to it. Don't. Stop. Why are you bugging? Stop bugging.
I'm bored.
Oh, I'm sorry. And here's the other good thing she's got for Maria Oliveira. She fights out of Piranha Valley Tudo. You know who fights out of that? Estela Nunez, who just got... I know she just got beat by Carnelosi, but still. Carol Hossa fights out of there. Mariana Moraes fights out of there. And Jessica Andrade, the little bag of muscle. So she has these active Brazilian fighters in Piranha Valley Tudo for Maria Oliveira. Paragon BJJ, you look at that list on Tapology, there's I think a couple amateur girls in there. That's it. Nobody of name, and I just threw out 4 names that you should know that could potentially train Maria Oliveira because they're all out of that Piranha Valley Tudo. So, that being said, we've got Ricci 26, Oliveira also slightly younger, age isn't a factor here, but she's got 7-inch reach, 5-inch height range. However, Oliveira did quit in a fight against what's her name? Rodriguez, who just fought Mackenzie Dern last week. Was it Marina Rodriguez? Yeah, Marina Rodriguez. Right? That's the name. Anyway, Oliveira did I'm done. She verbally quit, and I don't like seeing that. Like Charlie Ontiveros, he does the same crap. It's quitters. But I don't know. I think she might have. She's plus 195, almost 2-1 underdog. Let's see what these cappers have to say about this fight. Okay. We've got the Stat Diggers. Both of those DFS by the numbers and Wheezy both taking Tabitha Richie to get the win here. Then we've got Payne Fight Picks. He's saying Tabitha Richie should get the submission because she's got those BJJ accolades, and she does have submission victories on her Tapology. Burt MMA also saying submission for Ricci. Everything MMA is saying Ricci, but he's saying by decision. And finally, the contrarian picker is it's your boy That's right. About time you did that. I've been waiting all night for you to been saying it every time. eBay's fight predictions is taking Oliveira. I think mainly because of her height and reach advantage. It's something to look at. Look at last week, Lupe Godinez and Luana Carolina. So Maria Oliveira, she could. I can see that path to victory for her, and like I said, she's got better potential training partners. Tabitha Richie, I think she's very attractive. She's a beautiful girl, but that doesn't necessarily mean she's gonna win. So I'm gonna go with Oliveira. Also, I'm gonna take the underdog here. Originally I was thinking Ricci all day, but at plus 230. I know Oliveira's the newcomer, but still, she's coming out of a good camp. She's got the huge height and reach advantage, and I think she can utilize that with, like I said, she can train with Jessica Andrade, Carol Hosa, Mariana Moraes, Estela Nunes. Those are four names that are notable, well, Estela Nunes, she had her debut last week and she lost. But still, the other names, notable, like Jessica Andrade, come on. Mariana Moraes, Carol Hosa, they're all good. So I'm going to side with eBay's. Oh, by the way, eBay said by decision. As will I. I don't think she's going to knock. I don't know. Ricci might get knocked out. She got knocked out by Ferro, but Oliveira's no man in Ferro, that's for sure. I'm taking the upset here. I'm taking Man and Ferro. I don't have to pit a prop because she's already plus 195, but for Tapology reasons, I will put a prop and I will take it. Oh, yeah, we'll say decision. She should be smart enough to outpoint her, just like, kind of like Luana Carolina did to Lupe last week. It's how you got to play it, and that's the method. That's the way to. Don't let it go to the ground because Ricci will tap you. If it goes to the ground, And I usually take, when it's grappler versus striker, I usually take grappler. But in this case, I lesson learned last week, right? So, anyway, to recap. Yeah, what is the time on this? A little bit over. Okay, to recap, I've got Laureano, Staropoli beating Jamie Pickett with the majority of the cappers. I got him winning by decision. Then I have Jai Herbert, Black Country Banger, banging out Khama Worthy. I guess I got a little recency bias too. Khama Worthy's been chinny past couple fights. And Jai Herbert can strike. He can bang because he's Black Country Banger. So I got him winning by TKO round 1. And finally, I've got the upset with the UFC debut newcomer in Maria Oliveira. I think her height and reach, she should be able to keep Ricci away from her. You know, keep it at distance. Keep it on the feet where she can outpoint her, outstrike her. She's not going to knock her out, but she should get enough significant strikes on Ricci. That's what the judges like to see anyway. They don't want to see boring control time, but they do keep that in the mind. But Oliveira, if she's smart, which she's coming from a decent school with decent veteran experience in female fighting, I think they're going to tell her, hey, don't get on the ground with Ricci because she'll sub you. She'll keep it up, standing, win the decision. Also, like Rodriguez did to Mackenzie Dern. She kept it up. I mean, she did survive round 2 in that fight against Dern without getting submitted. That's all it took because the rest of the fight, she realized, I better sharpen my takedown defense and keep this on the feet where I have a chance of winning. That's your path when it comes to striker versus grappler. Usually take grappler, but like I said, just keep it on. If you have the length, if you have the height and reach advantage, that's your path to victory. Use that, utilize that, and keep them at bay, keep them at distance. Easy victory by decision. That's why I'm taking the 2-1 underdog to get it done over the more attractive Tabitha Richie. She is very attractive. I find her stunning, actually. But that doesn't necessarily mean she's going to win the fight. I'm taking Maria Oliveira. So there you have it. Gather the info, place those bets, and cash those tickets. I appreciate you watching. Give me that thumbs up. I like that. Go ahead. Leave all the comments you want in the comments about these 3 fights. Tune in tomorrow where I'm going to be covering 3 more prelim fights. Good luck on these bets, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Thanks for watching. Thanks for watching. Bye.